once you've got your ice, try to find some kind of a measuring vessel. I like to use a bartender's jigger just to make sure you can replicate your gin and tonic to your flavor, to your liking, and use the same amount of gin each time rather than playing it by ear. So I'm going to add about 40 mils of gin in the glass. This one will make your gin and tonic nice and pink as well, which is fantastic. After that, a nice big slice of grapefruit. And I think the advantage to using your garnishes and putting them in before you add the tonic, and as you will see, is the fact that once you add the tonic water, the effervescence or the carbonation of the tonic will attack the garnishes and will actually squeeze a bit more flavor out. FeverTree is my choice of tonic. It's just widely available. You can grab it from most of the stores, bottle shops these days, and definitely would use premium tonic with premium gin. In the tonic goes. Look at all the carbonation doing its job. Something to stir it up with. Make sure you don't have all the gin sitting on the bottom of your drink. There you go. Make it nice and pretty, Instagrammable. And you might need a couple of straws to help you sip it while you're doing your crazy yoga session positions out there. So here we are, guys. Beautiful. And I'll hand you over to Casey, who will you'll spend the next hour with us. So enjoy. See you next week.
Hey guys, welcome to Gin Yoga. I don't even know which week we are up to. We are just going strong, helping you guys stay strong in your isolation. So thank you, Tom, for my amazing gin and tonic. Cheers to that. I hope you've got your gin ready. We're going to start today in a comfortable seated position. And if you've been doing the gin with us for the last few weeks, you'll know that this is how we always start. And if you haven't, if this is your first time doing gin yoga with us, please make sure that your gin is in a cup with a handle. So no fancy glasses here, no getting out the fancy crystal. We're going to be doing some yoga. We'll be incorporating the gin drinking with the yoga. So I'm going to wait while you go pour your gin into a cup with a mug with a handle or some sort of cup with a handle. We're going to sit cross-legged. And I want you to find that comfortable seat. Just going to set the timer on here so I know what we're doing, where we're up to. Are you ready? So as always, we always start the practice and we give thanks to the gin gods, the juniper berries. So we're going to bring our hands together on our cup. We're going to raise it up. Take your gaze to your cup. Close your eyes in reverence. Thank you to the juniper berry. Bring it back down. Have a nice sip. Now, if you've got the Spotify link at home, please feel free to press play. You can groove along with us at home. If you don't have it, it's all good. You'll find it in the link underneath the video. There should be a Spotify list there. So we're going to get started. So I want you just to sit comfortably in your seat. We're going to have the gin not too far from us for the whole class so that you can really get into it. We're not going to be too serious. There's nothing too crazy. Take it at your own pace. Do what you can. Do what feels good. And of course, make sure you stay hydrated with your gin of choice. So comfortable seat, lengthening up the spine, sitting up nice and tall. Take a big deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Big deep breath in. And out. One more. And out. Good. And we're just going to come slowly opening the eyes, sit up nice and tall. I want you to lengthen through the spine. We're going to take the hands together. We're going to rub them together, create a bit of heat. It's getting a bit chilly out there these days, depending on where you are. If you're in Australia, Winter is definitely coming. We've had a chilly few days. Create some warmth in those hands. We're going to get you warm through the session anyway, but let's just start off on a nice warm note. Bring the hands, place them on your knees. We're going to lengthen through the spine. Take one hand to the floor beside you. Inhale, other arm comes up and over, and reach with your hand. We're going to stretch all down the side of that body. Reach, reach, reach. Inhale, come up. Exhale, other side. Reaching over. So again, we're stretching down the side of the body, feeling that lengthening. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come over. So remember, if you've got your music playing, you don't want it to be too loud so that you can hear me speak. And inhale up, exhale over. Good, one more on each side. Inhale up and over. Amazing, you guys. Thank you. Other side. Good, come back to the center. We'll interlace those hands, draw them down towards your cup. You can drop the head back if you need to, or forward, whatever feels the best. Then inhale, lift them up over the head, reach, reach, reach. They don't have to go all the way over your head, but wherever feels good. Exhale, release. We're gonna bring the hands together like this behind our back. So bring them together, interlace the fingers, drawing them down to the tailbone, lengthen through the spine. You can drop the head all the way back if that feels good, or drop it forward. Whichever feels the best. We're opening across the chest. Good, gently release. We're going to shake our hands. Give them a nice big shake. Good, can have a little rock from side to side. We're not too serious here. There's not going to be any omming, don't worry. Keeping it light, keeping it fresh. Just like this beautiful gin. Hands together, we're going to interlace our fingers. We're going to do some wrist mobility stuff. Give them a little whirl around. Go in the opposite direction. Good, we're going to do this one. Remember this? That's it. See if you can go in the other direction. It's a bit harder. Good, and then just shake the fingers. Amazing. We're going to come onto hands and knees now. Now, if you've been doing the gym with us at home for the last couple of weeks, I tend to do similar stuff throughout them. So we're going to come into a kneeling position. We're going to kneel on our toes. We're going to come and sit back on them. But what I want you to do is we're going to take our fingers and gently draw the toes forward, because our little toes tend to have a tendency of sticking out to the side. So we're going to bring them back in. I know, how good does that feel? We're going to come and sit on the heels. Bring your chin to your lips. Have a sip. Now, sitting on your feet, I know your toes are feeling all sorts of weird right now, but just stay with it. Have another sip, and I want you, when you have a sip, think about the flavors. Think about the taste, think about the texture, think about how good it tastes. Hopefully you've got some ice in there. It should be nice and cold and refreshing. Mindful drinking. Have another sip. Stay with me. Good, we're going to pop the drink down. We're going to lean forward as we do this. Woo, come up the toes. And we're going to gently tap the toes into the mat. I know, you guys, I know. Give them a nice little tap out. Good, and then gently squeeze the toes, release. Squeeze and release. That's it. Give a little shake from side to side. Good, coming onto all fours. Spread the fingers nice and wide. We're in a tabletop position. And from here, I want you to lift up out of the shoulders. So hands are directly under the shoulders, fingers are spread nice and wide. Our knees are directly under our hips, tops of the feet are pressing into the mat. Knees are hip width distance apart. Have a look at your knees. Hands are shoulder width distance apart. So your hands should not be wider, not be too much wider than your knees. Have a look at that. Good, lifting up out of the shoulders. Spread the fingers, middle finger pointing forward. Gently press into the fingertips. Good. And gently press into the ground with the tops of the feet. So see if you can get all 10 toes to touch the mat. It's not impossible, but it is difficult. So when we do this, it takes the pressure off the knees. So stay in this pose. Keep the belly engaged, suck it in. Keep that lift through the arms. Good, we're just gonna stay in this pose. I want you to keep breathing. And if you're in this pose and you're lengthening out the shoulders, you're pressing into the mat, the belly's in control, knees are lifted, feet are pressing. It's actually quite a hard pose to stay in, but stay with me for 3, for 2, for 1. We're gonna shift the weight into our left hand, our right hand and our left knee. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift up our right knee. Doesn't actually matter which knee we do first. We're gonna do both. Keep that knee lifted. We want it to be the same height as our hip. We're gonna flex the foot as though we're standing on the floor. Keeping the length, the strength in the arms, we're gonna gently pulse the foot up. Going up and up. I know, keep going. So I have a saying, you guys, it's no saggy bums. And we do this because, let's be honest, nobody likes a saggy bum. So let's get that derriere nice and pert because, you know, why not? That's it. Keep going. We don't want the knee to go lower than the hip. We're kicking up to the sky. Keep it going for 3, for 2, for 1. Keep it lifted. We're going to bring it out to the side like a crab. Knee is at a 90-degree angle. Foot is out. We're going to lower it down, almost touching, and back up. Keep going. Lower and up. Lower, up. Keep going. Keep moving. Good. Keep that balance in the arms. Keep strong through the shoulders. For 3, for 2, for 1, and done. Bring it down. Don't let the knee touch the ground yet. We're going to extend that leg out. Turn the toes down towards the floor. We're going to extend the opposite arm. And I want you to spread your fingers like you're giving someone a high five. So lifting up out of this right shoulder. Extend that other arm. Inhale, knee to elbow. Extend on the exhale. Inhale. Extend. Keep going. Have a look at your gin. This is why we're doing it. You're going to get a nice, refreshing gin at the end. Keep going. I mean, not at the end of the yoga, at the end of this little session. Don't get too upset. Keep going. For 3, for 2, for 1. Hold. Lift your knee a little bit higher. Woo! And bring them back down to the mat. Give your hips a little wiggle out like a dog wagging its tail. All right. Other side. Let me spin around so that you can see me properly. Have a little sip on the way if you like. Got to stay hydrated, folks. It's very important. So, other side. We're going to do the opposite leg. So, if you did your right leg first, now you're going to do your left leg. So, we're going to bring it up. And vice versa. If you did the left leg first, do the right leg. We don't want to do both sides more than we have to. So, knee is even with the hip. Foot is flexed. Inhale, we're lifting. We're pulsing up, up, up. We're keeping that knee. It's not going any lower than the hip. That's it. Smile. Think of your pert bottom. That's it. Keep going. You got this. For 3, for 2, for 1, hold. Woo, good. Bring it out to the side. Crab legs. We're lowering down and up and down. Up. Good. Keep moving. Keep that strength through the arms. Strong through the shoulders. Look lovingly at the gin that you're about to drink. Keep going. Yes. We're doing this for the bum. It's totally worth it. Good. 1 more. Bring it back down. Don't let it touch the floor. We're going to extend that leg out. Flex the foot down. Extend your opposite arm. Keep strong through the other arm and leg. Inhale, knee to elbow. Extend. In. Extend. That's it. Keep going. Strong through that balancing arm and leg. Yes. Woo. Woo. For 3. For 2, for 1, hold, lift your knee a little higher, 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 Oh my gosh. Woo. Flop it back down. Come and have a little rest. Have a little sip, of course. They're hard. I know, but they're good. Think of that bum. No one ever said, my gosh, your bum is so perky. No one ever said that in a bad way. Good. We're going to come in, come onto the knees, extend the arms out in front. We're coming into a child's pose. So extend the arms nice and long. Drop your head. Lengthen through the spine. Let everything be heavy. Good. Let the body release. Good. On your inhale, have a look at your hands. We want our hands to be shoulder width distance apart. Fingers spread nice and wide, middle finger pointing forward. We're going to come up onto the knees. We're going to tuck the toes, bring the knees in if you had your knees wide. We're going to tuck the toes. From this position, we're going to lift the hips high into a downward facing dog. Just tucking my top in, because it's not that kind of yoga, you guys. And lift the hips high. Good. We're going to walk out that dog, lifting one heel and the other heel, walking on the spot. We're in this nice triangle shape. Lengthen through the legs, through the hamstrings. Good. That's it, you guys. Good. And if you've been playing along at home the last couple of weeks, we're going to come down and hover the knees. So on your inhale, we're going to bend the knees, touching almost to the mat. Hold, hover, extend the hips. Good. Inhale, come down, hover, extend the hips. Again, inhale down, hover, hover, extend. Last one, come down, we're going to hover, hover, hold it there. Engage through the belly if this is getting hard. If you're shaking, it means you're alive. Hold it. Woo! Extend the hips, lift them high. Fantastic, you guys. We're going to flow through a vinyasa. On your inhale, look to the top of the mat. We're slowly going to walk our legs to the top of the mat, meeting in a forward fold. Bending forward, drop the head. Inhale into a halfway lift. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, pick up your chin. All the way out and up. Hands above the head. Exhale down through the center. Have a little sip. You deserve it. Let's do that again. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, folding forward. Bring your chin with you. We're going to place it on the floor. Maybe off to the side. Actually, no. Put it in the center. Just conscious of my top, guys. Into the center. Drop the head. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Hands to the mat. We're going to step back into a high plank. I do love a good plank. Hold it in your plank. On your inhale, hinge forward. Bend the elbows, lowering all the way down. Have a sip on the way. Drop the hips. Have a sip. Bring the hands back under the elbows. Lifting for a baby cobra. Exhale back down. Have another sip. Tuck the toes. Come up through the knees. Lift the hips high. Downward facing dog. Good. 3 breaths here. Good. Now we're going to look to the top of the mat. Slowly making your way to the top. Meeting in a forward fold. Woo. Try not to fall over. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, pick up your chin. All the way out and up, hands above the head. Exhale down through the center. Have a little sip. Good. Let's do it again. Inhale, out and up. Exhale, folding forward. Bring the chin to the floor. Hands to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward. Hands to the floor. Step back into your high plank. Good. Look lovingly at your gin. You're going to have a taste of it in just a second. We're going to hinge forward on our tippy toes, bending the elbows, lowering all the way down for 3, 2, 1. Hips to the floor. Have a sip. Hands back onto the elbows. Inhale into a baby cobra. Exhale back down. Another sip. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale back down. Tuck the toes, push up through the knees. Downward facing dog. Lift the hips high. Good. We're staying in this one. Lengthen through the spine. Extend through the legs. Good. Bring your feet together at the back of the mat. Inhale, lift your right leg to sky, 3-legged dog. Bend the knee, open up that hip for a hip yawn. If you're not sure what that looks like, think of a dog weeing on a tree. Same look. Good. Keep it there. And then inhale, bring it forward, tuck it up near the belly button, and we're going to step that foot through, placing it up near our gin. And we're going to come up into a warrior one. So we'll drop that back foot down, bend in the front knee, and we're going to extend the arms up in front and above our head. Warrior one. Sink into that leg. Good. We're going to come up onto that back heel, onto our back toes. And we're going to sink the hips down low, bend in that back knee. Woo-hoo. Good. Come down onto that floor. Bring the hands around. Pick up the gin. Have a little sip. Pop it back down. We're going to do the same thing, come out the other way. Hands above the head. We're going to lift up off the floor. So the back foot is still tucked. We're going to lift up out of that knee. Coming back up. Place that back foot down. We're going to open up into a warrior two. Good. Now you can see your gin at your foot here. We're going to get him in a second. Extend through the arms. See if you can sink a little bit lower into this front leg. See if you can get a nice right angle in that front knee. Come into the warrior. Extend the arms. Arms out by your side. Gaze over the front hand. Inhale, straighten the leg, reverse the warrior. Arms come up, paint the ceiling. Exhale, come forward. Keep that front leg straight. We're going to come into a trikonasana, triangle pose. So front leg is straight, back leg is straight. Arms are straight and extended. Top arm comes up over the head. Feel that extension through the arms. Good. Hold it here. Look down at your gin. We're going to cartwheel this top hand. We're going to bring it down and behind us. We're going to bring it in front. We're going to frame our front foot. We might just skip this back foot in a little bit. Coming into a triangle pose. Bring your hands down. If they don't meet the floor, you can bring them on your shin, or you can pick up your gin. Have a little sip. Pop it back down. Stay in your triangle. Good. And then we're going to bend the knee. We're going to send that back foot back again. We're going to cartwheel our hand back up, coming back into your warrior two. Good. Don't know if you can hear that. There's a big old crow outside here having a cork. Good. We're going to rotate our arms around. Come up onto that back toe. You with me? Now, depending how quickly you've drunk your gin, this might be super easy, or maybe you're going to fall over. We're going to bring that front foot forward a bit, and we're going to lift up off that back foot, coming into a warrior three, which is kind of like an airplane. So keep the arms out to the side. Flex that back foot, so pointing the toes down. If you feel like you've got this, you can bring the hands down beside you for arrowhead, or you can bring them maybe out in front of you. Lucky me, I've got a barrel to hold on to. We'll extend the back leg. If you feel the need to make some airplane noises, please feel free to. Good, gently placing that back foot down, coming back into your warrior two. Woo! Good job, guys. We're going to cartwheel our hands back around. We're going to frame that front foot. Bring both hands to the floor. We're in like a runner's lunge right now. placing both hands flat on the floor. We're going to extend this front leg back, coming into a high plank. You made it. Good. Come onto the knees. Come back to sit on the heels. Have a sip. Now, because it's yoga, we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Happy days. Have another sip. I'm going to turn around so that you can see me. What we're going to do is we're going to come back into our plank. So place your chin back in the center of your mat. We're coming back into our plank. Extend the legs. Fingers spread nice and wide. Hands under the shoulders. Good, you guys. We're going to flow through a bit of a vinyasa, hinging forward, lowering all the way down, hips to the floor. Have a sip. Hands underneath the elbows for baby cobra. And then exhale, pushing back into a downward facing dog. Lift the hips high. Feel that lift through the hips. Keep it up. Good, we're going to do the other side. So, lifting your left leg to sky. Bend the knee, open up that hip. And remember, like a dog weeing on a tree. Everyone knows what that looks like. Good, bring it forward, tuck that knee up near the belly button, and then we're going to step it through, placing it up near your chin, in between those hands. Good, we're going to drop down that back foot, and we're going to come up into a warrior one position. So drop that back foot, the feet are on like railway tracks, and we're going to lift the arms high, extend the gaze up to the hands. Good, and we're going to come onto the toes of that back foot, so we're going to lift up the toe, off the heel. So we're onto the toes. We're going to drop down with that leg coming into a lunge. Keep the back foot lifted. Feel free to have a drink here. Have a little sip. I certainly need it. Have a sip, popping back down. We're going to come back up the same way we came into it. So extend your arms. We're going to lift up through the knee. Whew, coming up. We're going to drop that back foot down. We're going to come into a warrior two on the other side. So extend your arms out. We're bending into this front knee. So we're going to have this nice right angle in our front knee. Extend through your arms. Good. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Reverse the warrior. Good. And then exhale, come forward. Keep your arms and legs straight. And we're going to rotate through the upper body. Look lovingly down at your chin. We're going to have a sip of it in a second. So look at the chin. Ignore the feelings. Look at the chin. Good, you've got this. And then we're going to rotate around this top arm. We're going to cartwheel it back behind us. We're going to bring it forward. We're going to gently bring our back foot forward. Hands to the floor or to your leg. If you can reach it, we're going to have a sip. So bring it up. Have a sip. Pop it back down. Stay in this triangle pose. Good. And then we're going to cartwheel our hand out of this, come back into a warrior two. So bring that back foot back, lifting up that top arm, coming back out of it, warrior two. Good. Looking over that front hand. Stay in your warrior. Doing an amazing job, you guys. Good. We're going to look down at our chin. We're going to cartwheel our hands around. So we're going to cartwheel them around, frame that front foot. We're in a runner's lunge. And we're going to send this front leg back to meet its friend. And we're in a plank again. Just for all your hard work, come onto your knees. Do a little tricep dip. Have your sip. Feel free to do that again. Tricep dip. Bend down. Have a sip. Amazing. One more just for good measure. Bending, sipping. And back up. We're going to push back into our child's pose. Extend the arms into this nice rest pose. Amazing, you guys. When you're ready, we're gently going to come up onto your knees. We're going to come and sit on the bum. So if you've been joining us the last couple of weeks, you'll notice that there's a few things that we like to do that are the same throughout the classes. And I think it was last week or the week before, I can't remember now. but we did some boat pose. So stay with me, we're going to do them again. We're going to have feet on the floor. We're not going all crazy, don't worry. This is Yin yoga after all, guys. Not some crazy fancy yoga. So feet on the floor, lengthen through your spine. We've got this nice straight spine. We're going to take the arms out in front. Now, bonus points if you do it with your Jin. Arms extended, hold the Jin. We're going to extend and we're going to lower for 3. So inhale. We're lowering for 3, for 2, for 1. We're holding. Whew. Hold it. Yes. Bring the Jin to your mouth if you want to have a sip. Extend your arms and we're coming up for 3, 2, 1. Whew. You ready to do that again? Let's go. Extend the arms. We're lowering for 3, for 2, for 1. Hold. Hold. Keep the arms extended. Bring it in. Have a sip. You've got this. Hold it. Extend the arms back out again. We're bringing back up for 3, for 2, for 1. Whew. One more just for good measure. Good things come in threes, right? Extend the arms. Keep the feet on the floor. You've got this. We're lowering for 3, for 2, for 1. Hold, hold, hold. Have a sip. Extend the arms. Good. Now stay in this position. We're going to take the hands over to the left, whew, to the right, to the left, depending on how heavy your mug is or your cup is. This might be extra hard. To reduce the weight of the mug, I suggest you have another sip. That's it. Keep going. Keep going. You've got this. Feel free to have a sip halfway. Nothing like a bit of cardio core and some gin to get you going on a Sunday. That's it. We're doing 3, 2, 1. Good. Bring it in. Have a sip. We're still at this angle, you guys. Have a sip. Stay with it. Put the gin down. Extend your arms. We're going to lower all the way down to the ground. Lowering for 3, for 2. Okay, just give up. Lie on the floor. That's fine. Good, you guys. Oh my goodness. Take the arms and legs straight up to the sky. Straight up, arms and legs extended. This is one of my favorite poses to do. We're going to close your eyes. Close them, trust me, it's fine. And we're just going to shake our arms and legs. Woo! Good. Imagine you're a bug on your back and you can't get up. Shake it. Shake, 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 shake. And if you live in Sydney, you know what kind of bug I'm talking about. Just shake. That's it. Shake it out. Good. Close your eyes, keep them closed. Keep your arms, stop shaking, keep your arms and legs extended. Lift them up nice and high. Feel all the tingles in the body. I promise you that's not just from the gin. It's actually your body. Good. Hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a nice big squeeze, big cuddle. Good job. Bring the feet to the floor, palms to the floor next to your body. We're going to lift up into a bridge pose. So to do this, on your inhale, you're going to tuck the pelvis up. We're going to gently lift the hips off the floor. Feel that lift through the body, through the pelvis. We're going to keep them lifted. Hands onto the floor. We're just doing a gentle bridge here. If you're a bit more versed in the bridge poses, feel free to go further if you want to. Otherwise, stay with me. And then gently lower back down, vertebrae by vertebrae, tucking the pelvis up as you lower. Good. Bring it back down flat, so tailbones flat on the mat. We're going to do that again. Inhale, we're going to tuck the pelvis up. Pelvis tucks up. We're going to lift the hips this way. Lift, 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 extend. Good. Feel that lift. Keep it. Hold it. Try not to clench the bum. And then lower back down. Good. We're going to do one more just for good measure. Inhale, tilt the pelvis up. Lift, 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 lift. Hold it. Amazing. And then lower back down. Hug the knees back into the chest just for one more time. We're almost done. Don't worry, if you haven't finished your gin, there's still time. Don't worry. I've got you. I haven't forgotten. Have a little rock from side to side. Good. We're going to bring the feet up. Shins are parallel to the ceiling. We're going to take the arms out to the side. So nice and wide. If you don't have enough space, you can bring them into cactus arms. Totally fine. Whatever feels best. And what we're going to do is we're going to drop the knees over to one side. So let's start by dropping them to the right side. If your gin's there, just move it out of the way. So we're going to lower the knees to the right side. But we're going to make sure our left shoulder stays on the floor. So we're having this rotation through the body, twist through the lower back. Top hand, your right hand can come onto your left knee and draw it down lower to the ground. And you're going to take your gaze over the left shoulder. If you want to go a little deeper into the stretch, you can take that bottom leg and wrap it over the top one. That's going to give a deeper stretch through the hip. Otherwise, stay exactly where you are. Let everything be heavy. Close your eyes. Let the body release. Your head is over the other shoulder. Good. Inhale, let go of the knees, bring them back to the center. We're going to do the other side. Hold them here in the center just for a moment, arms extended. We're going to drop them over to the opposite side. Let them be heavy. Keep that other shoulder on the mat. Keep it down, so both shoulders are down. Take your gaze over that opposite shoulder, top hand on that top knee to draw it closer. If you want to go a little bit deeper, you can wrap that bottom foot over that top knee. Whatever feels best for you today. One side might be different to the other, and that's okay too. That's it. Stay with it. Let your body be heavy. Let your body just release. Good, and then gently release. Bring the knees back to the center, gaze to the center. Hug your knees into the chest just for one last time. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. Good, we're going to extend the arms and legs just for a moment. We're not doing a full Shavasana. If you don't know what that means, that's good too. We're just going to lie here for a moment. We're going to let the feet fall where they fall. Palms facing up, close your eyes. Give your toes a final wiggle. Release through your ankles. Release your knees, thighs, hips, pelvis, lower back, mid back, upper back. Release your belly. Take a big deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Let your shoulders be heavy, arms heavy. Release your fingers. Let your eyelids be heavy and your head be heavy. Take 5 slow, long, deep breaths. Nice and controlled. And then very slowly bring awareness back into your body. Wiggle the toes. Wiggle the fingers. Take a deep breath in. Take your arms up over behind your head for a full body stretch all the way down to your toes. Stretch, 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 stretch. And then gently roll onto your favorite side. Doesn't matter which side that is. My favorite side is facing my gin. Very convenient. And then gently bring yourself back up to a seated position. Cross-legged if that's comfortable for you. We're going to pick up our gin. Have another little sip if you've still got some left. We're going to hold it in our hands. And I want you just to have a moment of gratitude for yourself, for your body, for this delicious drink in your hands. Thank you so much, you guys. My name's Casey. I'm from Sydney Yoga Collective here at Manly Spirits Distillery. And please keep an eye out on your inbox. We'll be sending you some goodies, some coupons, voucher codes. My God, too much gin. Some codes in your inbox, so make sure you read it, check it out, and we hope to see you on the screen again soon. See you next time. Have a great day.